be very cozy.
My goodness, it's something to think about, though. We'll have to think about it here. Anyway, forget about that. Let's do some calming yoga with the lovely Melissa Billington. What are we going to be doing today, Melissa?
Arm strength. So we're going to work with preparation for down dog.
Brilliant.
Yep.
All right, let's get into it.
Let's start where we left off yesterday. So if you come all the way belly down onto the mat. In Cobra, so feet in line with your front hips. Stretch your tailbone back so you have your low back long. And we'll just take a breath or two here to find where we were yesterday. So using your breath to bring yourself up as you inhale. Good. And then checking to see that you have your feet on the ground. So if you bring your feet a little closer to each other. Yep. And then use your hands, use your arms to help you come out and up. Make sure you're breathing. Let your shoulders slide down onto your back, elbows in. Good. That's it. And then we'll come out of that. So as you exhale, release down. And then to support the low back in the transition, tuck your belly up into your low back. And we're going to bring the hips right above the knees. And walk your hands out in front. So we're going to come into puppy dog stretch, which is just the upper body portion of down dog. So if you
It's like a puppy dog.
Yeah. You let your forehead rest on the ground, so we can focus on the shoulders, keeping that little bit of tuck of your belly into your low back, so your low back is long and supported, and letting your shoulders, your underarms drop down, good, but keeping your elbows long. That's it. So if your elbows come close to the ground, it's because your shoulders are open. So if you lift your elbows
Are you on them up?
There you go. Yep. And then let this area drop down towards the ground. That's it. So you feel a stretch through there? Okay. And so breathing into that, we'll get a little bit of stretch through the shoulders before we move into the fuller posture. Use your next inhale to push the ground away with your hands. Lift your head up. Great. And then we'll spread the fingers out. Plant the base of the fingers so you have a little more connection in the base of the fingers, less weight in the wrists. Turn your elbow points to face the sides, shoulders on the back, and then curl your toes under. And as you inhale, lift your hips up. So think of that posture you were just in, bringing your belly and your thighs towards each other. So if you keep your knees bent, there you go, and lift your hips, focusing on that same opening through your shoulders, through your underarms. So thinking of taking your underarms back towards your feet and keeping your shoulders open on your back. There you go. So you're moving this area back away from my hand. Great. That's it. So then if you keep all of this length and start to lengthen your legs. Great.
Straighten them?
Yeah, good. Taking your heels towards the ground, but you notice where this starts to get lost.
You want to keep it.
Yeah, so let your knees bend a little bit again. And find where that area is long, and you're moving back away from my hand. Good. And then just lengthen your legs to the point where you don't lose all that. And you're still breathing.
Oh, it's hard.
Yeah, keep breathing. And then come forward into plank with your next exhale. So bringing your shoulders right above your wrists. Good. Great. And so you may find that you have to change the distance between your hands and your feet to find that length. So stretching your tailbone back, feel your belly lift up underneath. And your thighs lift up.
I keep forgetting to breathe.
Yeah, remember to breathe. It's key. So you're pushing the ground away. Good. So you're going to keep this distance now between the hands and the feet. Bend the knees, lift your hips up so that your knees bend. There you go. So coming into it, focusing on the integrity of the spine, the length of the spine first, and then starting to find the length of the legs, but without losing the shoulders off the back. So they stay broad on your back. Great. That's it. Good. And so if you imagine, a good way to start to think about your breath in your body is think of inhaling from your hands up through your arms, up to your sits bones, exhaling down through the backs of your legs. Moving back away from my hand. Yep, great. Good. So this next time that you exhale, come back into plank, push-up position.
This is so hard. This is good, though.
And so then if you keep the sense of lifting up through your belly, through your thighs, and just come to the front of your feet. You might need to do 1 foot at a time. Push the ground away so you don't sink. There you go. So coming into upward facing dog. Lots of dogs. Good. Give that an inhale and then exhale and come back. Let your knees bend. Tuck your belly up into your back as you come back to your downward facing dog. Remembering the shoulders on the back. Good. Yep. Lifting the hips up and then the legs down. That's it. Great. And this next time that you exhale, release your knees and uncurl your toes and come back.
It's so specific, isn't it? You have to just get every little bit right. Wonderful.
Great.
Are we finished?
We can do more. I'm not sure where our timing is.
We've got another minute. Let's do a bit more. What else could we do?
Okay. So let's come back into downward facing dog.
Okay.
So if you can find that again, spread the fingers out. And if you have really tight hands, take an extra minute to stretch through the fingers. Turn your elbow points to face the side. So if you have flexible elbows, keep them from locking. And then, again, find where you're lifting up, lengthening from your hands to your hips first, shoulder blades on your back, ears between your arms. You have lots of room around your neck. And then lengthening through the legs. Good, and if you stretch your left heel down, and take your right leg up and reach back. Stretch back through your right leg.
Oh, okay.
There you go.
Like
So
that.
three-legged down dog.
Like that?
Good, good. Shoulders broad, that's it.
Well, that's
and then
hard.
we'll bend that right knee and bring it forward, coming into plank.
Oh, goodness me.
There you go. So with the knee tucked up, so a bit of core.
Oh, this is so good.
Good.
Imagine doing an hour of this. I think I would die.
And then come back,
Yes.
check your feet, they're in line with each other. Your hands are still in line. Take a stretch up with your hips and switch legs. So stretching the other leg down. And then as you exhale, bring your left knee up and towards your ribs and bring your shoulders above your hips. Good, so you're tucking your knee up, but lengthening. Good, breathe.
Wow.
Great.
This is great. All right, we're going to have to leave it there. My goodness, that's quite intense. And you can check our website for more on Melissa's yoga, and we're going to be back to continue our Sun Salute series at the same time tomorrow. So basically at the end of the week, we'll be able to do a whole sun salutation. You would have gone through every
We'll do
little detail.
several. Yes.
Can't wait. Just ahead.